Hello there and welcome to a typefactlove.com video tutorial. Today I'm going to be looking at the admin backend, and we're going to be looking at the content component of a Joomla website. So I've just logged into my site and we're going to jump straight to the article manager, which is under content. So what I'm going to try to explain to you is how the content component works, why it's important, and its sort of relevance or its weighting compared to the rest of the components which are listed here in Joomla site. So a content component allows you to create a page on your website, and of course that's the most important thing about any web pages, is to be able to create pages. There are only a few other pages that are created through Joomla. Most of those are through the components. Many of the components have page views, and some core modules like the login, they also have pages, like a login page. So for the bread and butter of your website, you're going to want pages about various things depending on the subject of your site. So let's first take a look at the two main parts of any article, and that's its organisation and its content. So just like a puzzle or a jigsaw, you can't just create a page and then expect it to work. You need a few things in place to all glue together that then create the page. So to do that, you need a menu to access the page, or some way of accessing the page. You need an actual page of content that's written up, and it needs to be organised in a structured way for Joomla to manage. Okay, so it manages or organises pages by categories, and currently we have just the one category called uncategorized, which isn't really very useful. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to create a new category, and in the actions panel here we're going to click the new button, and I typically set up a whole bunch of categories to get me started. So in this example we're going to be creating a internet cafe / services page website. So I'm using an example where we're going to have a bunch of services and products that we have, and we're going to basically talk about those on our website. So the first category is going to be called blog, and this website, the owner of the website is going to blog about stuff related to the services and products he provides. So we're going to call it blog. I'm going to give it a capital B, and then in the alias is basically how it translates the title into a web-friendly way that can be implemented in the URL. So if you had characters that aren't supported in the URL, such as like exclamation marks and spaces, it will convert those or remove those in the alias automatically when you hit save, or you can custom define your own. So wow would be a good example of exclamation marks. In this case we're just going to keep it nice and simple, get rid of those exclamation marks and the spaces, and we're going to leave the alias blank and allow Joomla to auto create the alias. The parent option at this stage isn't very important because this is what we call a root category, and if you imagine our categories organised like a tree, and from the bottom is like your main category, and then they branch out into subcategories. So when you're at the root, there are no categories higher up, so we're not going to have a parent here. And we're going to make sure it's published and allow everybody to access that, and we're going to leave the language as is. We can choose who the user choose who it's created by in the top right here, and if you leave it as default it would be whoever the user currently logged in is, which is administrator. And there's some alternate layout options and some SEO options. Then down here we have a description box, so we can enter a description which can be viewed on the site to describe what the blog is about. So we're gonna do some hi there, this blog tells a It's great. Okay, so you can add images, you can do pretty much whatever you like in this area. It's a free text box, and that's a description that will be loaded if you visit the blog page. Okay, so you can visit the blog page in three ways. So two ways that I know of. There's a list view, which what it will do is you view the page as a list, and it'll say this is the blog page. You'll see this description, and then you'll see a list of articles that appear in that blog section. You can have it in a blog view, and instead of being just a list of articles, it will be snippets of each article. And you define those through the menus, which is one of the ways of accessing an article. So we've basically done all we need to do here in this case. We're going to create a few more. We're going to hit save and new. We're going to create some subcategories for the blog. So I'm going to talk about let's do current affairs or something like that. Okay, so we're talking about news, and we're going to automatically, or let Joomla automatically create the alias, and then this time in the parent we're going to say current affairs is part of the blog category or group of categories. So we're going to put in the description here, I talk about news and political stuff. Right, so it's kind of off topic for my blogs, but we're going to create and save a new. And what we're doing each time is we're saving that away, and we're opening up a new add category. So here we go. We're going to have a subcategory for blogs. Could be, you say, music. So this guy's got a passion for music. We'll leave the alias as music, or we'll just make it I love music with some little dashes to make it web safe. Okay, so you have to be very important that your alias doesn't break the rules for a URL. And again, it's going to be on the blog, and you can, if you liked, you could create new categories that go under the current affairs, like liberal Democrats and conservatives and Republicans, and you could have, like, you know, subcategorize, and then you can go as deep as you like. You can really refine your categories, but we're just going to have it as music's going to be on the blog. And oh dear, fucking animals. Okay, cut that out. Okay, so you can have subcategories within under subcategories. So like I said, this is a tree sort of analogy, where you have a main category, and then say, like, if we go back to the zoo example, you have a zoo, that could be one category. Then you can have animals, it's a subcategory of the zoo, and then in the animals category you can have more subcategories like lizards, reptiles, monkeys, and you could, you know, or you could do it by like type, whatever you want, and you can really drill down. And then when you create an article and you file it into one of the categories, you can choose the most relevant category, and that's where it will then appear. Or that's where it will be managed and accessible in the site. So it may not make any sense at this stage, but when you're building a site, just think about the organisation, what pages you're going to have, how you'd like them to be organised, how you'd like them to be grouped together and found on your site, and sort of like plan out on paper or on your computer, like a sort of site map and an organisational map. Anyway, we're going to carry on creating the music folder. So we're going to just add a quick description. I love music, and here I talk about things relating to music. Okay, lovely. Let's quickly show you some SEO. So let's quickly show you some SEO. It's very basic. On the categories page, we're going to look at a description for the category and some keywords. There's an author option, and the robots option refers to search engines like Google and Bing, and they go around the internet, they look at your site, and the robot instruction basically gives them instructions to what to do when they reach this page. So let's put a description in. This is my music blog, full of stuff about music. Then we're also going to have some keywords separated by commas. So if you have a phrase like "I love music" is his phrase, that's one meta keyword there. We can put electronic music, comma. So electronic music is a tag or a keyword. Let's put dubstep music, and put live gigs, and one more. Let's put Robbie Williams sucks nuts with a Z, because everybody searches for that. Okay, so these keywords are effectively words that Google used to pick up and go, right, that's what this website's about, it's about these things. If people search that, it would return the page. So if people search on Google Robbie Williams sucks nuts, for example, then your site would sort of appear. It doesn't really happen as much now, but I still use the keywords in my sites for other things. It's good to link categories and articles unilaterally or horizontally across the plane rather than in a tree. So maybe, say you get on this tree and you get to zoo, you go to the zoo and your animals, and you go from like reptiles and fish, but then further down the list there's a fish monkey, and you want to sort of like link the monkey to the fish category, even though they're not like directly linked, they're separate in the branches. You can link them this way using keywords. So if, say for example, in my other section, maybe I've got a services section and I talk about music and I put a music tag here, then I can use that later to link these two articles even though they're not in the same categories. Right, I'm going to leave the author blank. You can put in whatever you want, like your name. Right, okay, and then we'll go back to the robots section, which we talked about earlier. It's an instruction for the search engines to decide what to do when they visit this page. So normally they read the page and then they index it, and indexing basically means they figure out what it is, they rank it, and when people search it, they've got an index of the content and is it relevant to what they've just searched. What they also do then is they follow the links on your page, and if there's links on the page, they'll follow those and they'll then search and index those pages it finds, and they keep doing that and they flutter through the web and they eventually try and find the whole web like this. But if you instruct them to do otherwise, then they'll honour that and they won't. So index follow means they're going to search your page, rank it, and then go through the links on the page to the other pages and index those and follow those and carry on. You can do a no index where you say, well, this page isn't important, it's got just links or something, I don't want you to rank this page, I don't want it to come up on search, so don't index it, but follow the links and find other pages that are useful. Then you've got the next option, which is index page. Don't follow the links. I don't want you to go to the other pages it links to. Fair enough. And then the final option is don't do neither. Don't look at this page. Don't go to other links. Just write it off. Okay. But typically you're going to want to use it to index and follow your links, and that is a global setting as it stands from a default installation. So you can just leave the robot set to use global. Okay, and you'll see this use global quite a lot throughout Joomla, and basically what it means is there are settings at a higher level which get filtered down automatically. And so if we save and close this page here, so we've added a few categories now, we're happy with the categories we've got. Here's our category tree now, showing the categories we've got currently built and their relationship with each other. And if we go to options here, this is the very high level options. So these options apply to all the categories, and we want to find that option talking about whether it should follow, whether or not Google and Bing should go and follow those pages. So it's around here somewhere. For the life of me, I don't know where. Okay. Oh, maybe it's not there. If we just go to the article manager, go to options, and same options, right? So it should be same options, okay. Let's go to the global configuration, even higher up. So this is even more general. So that's where I thought I would have found the options. So now I'm going one step higher again. This is kind of as high as you can go. So where is it at, motherfucker? Don't say use global if you haven't got a global configuration. What is up with that? Seriously, man. So when I get stuck, I have to start prodding around. I'm going back to the options here. It's got to be in here. Right, permissions. It's not going to be permissions. Integration. I don't know what that means. That's about links. Could I have? May I have? I don't think so. No. Well, I'm a little bit stuck. Okay, so we've got a collection of categories now, and we've focused quite heavily on creator categories, but like I said, it's like a puzzle. So this is going to do nothing until we've got some articles to go within those categories, and then finally a menu to access those articles you've created in those categories. Right, so once we've created the categories, we create the articles. So we go to the article, content article manager, and you can click the add new article there, and that will take you straight to this new article form. And we're going to go welcome to the tutorial website. We're going to leave the alias as blank again. Once again, Joomla will automatically create that for us. And in the categories, we're just going to put that in a blog for now. And then we're going to keep it as published. The access level is public. The permissions are as it is. And we're going to feature the article at a later date. And we're going to go and write something here. We're going to say hello. This is our first article, and while it may be simple, should help demonstrate how categories, articles and menus combined together to create content on our website. We're going to leave the publishing options as it is. We're going to leave the article options as is, and we're going to leave the metadata blank. So I'm going to save and close that. Okay, so now we have a very basic article. If we visit our home page, we have created both a category and an article, but yet we will still have nothing on the page. So we're going to go to our menu, and here's our main menu. It's automatically generated on our first installation. We click that. We have a home link, and the site has to have a home link. And we're going to ignore the home link for now and continue creating our link to our new article. So we're going to go to New here, and we're going to select menu type in this new panel that's opened, and we're going to go to Articles, so it's top right here, and click Single Article, which basically picks out just the one article that you choose, and we need a menu title, so it's going to be a welcome. We'll call the menu link welcome. You'll leave the rest of the options as is, and then we're going to choose this article here from the select change on the top right. And we only have one article at the moment. It's going to be the welcome to tutorial website link, so click that. So now we're going to create a new menu item. It's called welcome. It's going to go to our article we just created, and we're going to leave all the other options here as is. I'm going to hit save and close. Okay, so now in our menu we can see that we've got the home link, which is the default link, which is pointed out via the gold star, and then we have our new link we just created called welcome. Now Joomla has automatically added a module that shows links from a menu, so what we need to do now is go back to our front end, and here's this module that shows the main menu. Just hit F5 to refresh the page, and here we have our new welcome. So we click welcome. Here's our link to our first page on Joomla. Pretty basic stuff, but that is the building blocks of how to create content on a Joomla website. Thanks for watching.